wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't.
Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kenny, and if you're not new here, welcome back. So today I want to do like a simple little video. Today I want to do like a little Reddit video, kind of like my last one I did, but a little different one. I want to read Conspiracies on K-pop. So basically, people on Reddit, they wrote down different conspiracies they think about K-pop and the ones that they truly believe. I picked out a couple good ones. Well, I feel like they're good. I picked out a couple good ones, and I want to, read them, get my thoughts about them, and, have a good time and seeing what crazy things people think about K-pop. So if you see me looking down a lot while I'm reading, it's because I'm reading it off my MacBook, because obviously I don't have all these conspiracies in my head, hopefully. But I'm going to read them all on my MacBook, and then I'm going to, talk about them, react to them, whatever the case may be. So the first one is Black Swan is a front for money laundering. This is no way a group that's flopped has gone through as many member changes as them should be still successful enough to be able to promote after all these years. Okay, so for me, I would say yes. It is crazy to think that, Black Swan is a group that has, kind of had like their ups and downs. Like they even, was Raina, I almost say Rainbow. They were, Rainia at first, but now, Black Swan, completely different members, all this stuff like that. Sometimes in the beginning when they first came out with Black Swan, it was, a high budget. And then, after a while, it was like low budget, and like they was like building their way back up. And, they'd take some time away. They might not do as many performances and all this stuff like that. So, I could see why somebody would think that their money, like, or not them, but their company does money laundering, just because, they're like, how are they still a group? How are they still doing this? Like, I could understand where people are coming from, but I don't think that they're actually a money laundering thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I know it's some dark things in the music industry, and some things do go on behind the scenes and stuff like that. But I don't think Black Swan. I do think Black Swan, they kind of like are like building up like their niche community, and like they already said that they're not doing no more member changes, they're not doing anything different. So basically, with that being said, they're kind of growing out their community organically with new members and stuff like that. So I don't think it's a money laundering scheme, but it definitely could be something like that in different circumstances. Okay, so the next one is there are a lot more LGBTQ idols than we think. They're just very discreet, which, yes, I do believe. I'm guessing there's a lot of rumors within the idol social circles about his topic. Ooh, I think that means this. Social circles about this topic specifically. There have always been a lot of LGBTQ people in the entertainment industry in general, and Korea is no exception, but extremely hush-hush. Now, that obviously I do agree with, because, even in America, we have a whole bunch of LGBTQ plus people in the industry that we just don't know about, because, in the industry, whether it's here in the Western countries or over there in Asia, they're very, just in media is just, a little bit frowned upon of being, especially in like a boy group, girl group, of being, gay.
Y'all niggas are gay.
Now, I will say on like the other end of like, it being really hush hush, I love, at least on the girl side, with Cat side, even though technically they're not K-pop, but they're very K-pop influenced, and they have two members, I believe. Now I know the first one is Laura, and I believe the second one is not Sophia, but it's is it Daniela? I think that's how you say her name. I think she's the other one that's bisexual or a lesbian. Either way, like, they are one of the first idols that really took that first step. Well, okay, since it's not K-pop, I don't know if I would consider them idols, but either way, they're in the Korean entertainment industry. They're not K-pop idols, but they're in the Korean entertainment industry, and they are open about their sexuality. So I will say they are taking a step forward. And if we want to talk about LGBTQIA plus in the entertainment industry, I would say definitely check out my last video of X Love. Not saying that they're in the community, but they could be in the community, they could not be, but just the simple fact of their concept being a genderless concept, that is already pushing bounds of like, hopefully more people are gonna feel, comfortable and confident of like coming out, or just like, not even coming out, or like when they get into a group, when they debut as a group or a solo artist, they're not afraid to be like, yes, this is me. I am here. I'm exactly what I'm supposed to be now. So, they just want to let it shine. And yeah, they just want to like, be themselves. So I'm hoping that, with people like Laura, people like the group X Love and the Korean entertainment industry, showing that they can be, outright themselves. I do hope more people can, come out and, feel, just comfortable with themselves and just to be them and not feel restrained to like, being somebody they're not. So, the next one is something deeper went down with CO and YG. God knows what, but she just wasn't sabotaged. They dragged her career along and denied her opportunities that were on a silver platter. They made her film music videos, then blocked her from releasing them. Now, I don't know what they mean by deeper. I don't know if they mean like in a relationship wise, or they mean like, he was like, I don't know, doing something crazy to her. I don't know what they mean about something deeper, but as of like, sabotaging her career, I couldn't say if they're a sabotage career, but I will say they did not promote CL like she's supposed to be. Like she was literally like, and I still is. She's one of like the top K-pop artists, especially in her generation, leading on up. Like if you listen to a lot of people when they talk about, especially a lot of girls with like girl crush concepts, like the more like kind of like, I guess I don't want to say mature concepts, but like the more like, yeah, girl crush concepts. If you listen to like the rappers, most of the time they're going to say somebody like a CL because she's an inspiration for a lot of people. So I feel like she definitely could have like did, because I'm not gonna say be bigger, because I feel like CL is big, and not I feel, but CL is big, but as in like all the opportunities that she could have got, especially like if we're gonna say quote unquote in her prime, especially like during 21 era, and like not recently, but like freshly after 21 disbanded, it was just a lot of things that she could have did that YG didn't allow her to do. But even without that, she still did a whole bunch of things. She still came out with albums. She still did a whole bunch of concerts, a whole bunch of stage performances on different arenas. Like she's still doing her thing, but I definitely feel like she could have been a lot further if YG didn't, or I ain't gonna say didn't, but if YG promoted her like how they should have, then she would have been up there even more, I guess. Even though in my opinion she's already up there because everybody's sitting on her, she's still performing. 21 is back. Like it's not really, whatever happened between her and YG is not stopping her in her bag. So I like that. It says Troublemaker was just a way to cover up Hyuna and Iamkennyyoungg dating. Now, I will say I kinda sorta agree with this one, just for the simple fact of when I was younger, because I think Troublemaker came out when I was probably like 12, 13, probably 13, 14, around that time. And when I was looking at them, this was like the first, for me, duo group that I've seen with male and female, and like it was like very like couple-esque, like concepts where like they were already always on each other and all this stuff. So of course me, my 13, 14-year-old kid brain, I'm thinking like, okay, is this a couple and they're actually doing music videos together? Because I didn't understand at that point when I first got to K-pop the concept of like subunits and stuff like that. I did always think that they had some kind of chemistry there where it was like real chemistry. So I do kind of believe that they had a thing, and I wouldn't say they hit it, but they probably realized that they were really good musical wise, business wise, on top of like being partners. Maybe, like, again, I don't know if they were actually partners, but they found that there was something they were good at together on, besides the I guess the romantic sense that this person's trying to say. And they also did the subunit of Troublemaker. So like I said, I kind of do agree with it to a certain extent, but at the same time, I don't agree with it fully. So yeah. So last one is survival shows such as produced series, Girls Planet 999, and Island already have their lineups prepared from the start and was just using the shows as platform to give them pre-debut exposure. I 100% agree with this. Now, I don't know if it's from the very beginning, which part of me do kind of feel like that because, they have all these people, they are picking out these people, they're doing auditions way before the show even starts, so they already kind of know what girls they're gonna like, they know what girls are gonna like fit in. The producers are gonna thinking about, okay, so these girls will look like a group together, this will be good, these girls right here might not fit the aesthetic, and like all this. So like they get to see these girls and like their talents and everything else before we even see them on the show. So I could see that they already prepared everything, but for the show, for us, for the audience, it's gaining momentum, it's gaining public notoriety, I guess that's the word. But they're like, just gaining viewerships to the people of like everybody in the show. But in their mind, they're like, we want this to be pretty much like a you know, for like people to really get to know who they already picked, I guess, even though it's other girls in the, you know, the realm of the show, but they're like, we need these girls to really stand out. So on top of them already knowing who they want, they're also gonna 9 times out of 10 edit it, you know, make it nice around them and things like that. And obviously, you know, the whole scandal with, like, you know, shows like this already got debunked of being rigged. So obviously that's already a fact. But how far in the present did they pick the groups, I'm not sure, but I could see them picking the girls from the group immediately when they didn't already audition before they even stepped on the screen, because they already know the girls, they already know what they can do. So yeah, okay, that was the end of my video, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I'm trying to make sure that I'm gonna bust out content as much as I possibly can. I hope you guys like the video. Give it a thumbs up, comment, tell me what you want to see me do next, and I'll see you guys next time.